waiting on Ngozi because she's not good with time and she's always late for everything. But I'm waiting on her. I decided just to start while we're waiting because I know some of you've been waiting for a little while. So I just wanted to start. She should be here in a few minutes. So I'm just going to wait a little bit for her. I can't see who's here. So while we wait, I'm just gonna wait. Also, what was that? I think people are still joining, so I'll just wait a little bit. All right, so it looks like some people are joining. Princess, you ready? Yes, Prince. How was it better?
Is this good?
Yeah, looks fine to me. Hi, everyone. Okay. Looks like some people are still joining. Sorry for the delay. I know it's 3:45. When we said 3, then we pushed it to 3:30. So I hope everyone makes it. Is there a large African Nigerian community in Charlotte? You going straight to the point. Okay. So, no. There's definitely a large African community, but I wouldn't say there's a large Nigerian community. That's the difference between Charlotte and many other places where the Nigerians are very dominant. Here it's like, obviously in most places, Nigerians, you're still going to have a decent amount because Nigeria is the most populous Black country, right? So you don't expect you to go anywhere and not see mostly Nigerians, but it's not a huge Nigerian. Like, I feel like you can go out and see like the same Nigerians everywhere you go. Granted, I'm sure there's Nigerians who don't go out. You know, like I'm sure in the 2 years I've been here, I haven't seen every Nigerian, of course, but there's a pattern you notice when you go out, you're seeing the same faces, the same people versus like when we're in New Jersey, I can go. Basically, the difference here is that all the Nigerians mix together because there's not that many of them. So they're all kind of mixed versus when we came from New Jersey, there's like a specific Igbo community, Edo community, Yoruba community, like broken up. Right, and like we would have some things that would blend,
and we would mix.
But I can go to like Edo event and I don't know anyone. Everyone there is a new face, but here I don't think. Again, I don't know it all because I haven't been here that long. But the way it's looking like in Charlotte with the Nigerian scene is that everyone kind of mixes together.
They do have a large African scene,
but they have a lot of African scene, a lot of Liberians,
a lot of Liberians.
I've met people from Sierra Leone. I don't know if that's a large community. I know there's people from Congo, there's people from Cameroon, there's people from South Africa. Like I don't know if those other countries have a lot of people. I know for a fact there's a lot of Liberians in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I hope to answer your question. We're getting straight to the point. Anyone have any other questions? In general, it doesn't have to be Charlotte versus Houston, but I know that's like a big topic when we talk about like Charlotte and Houston, you know, Ngozi is in Houston and I'm in Charlotte. So, and we both moved recently. Please tell us a little bit about the club Safari in Charlotte. The infamous Safari. Okay, so Safari is like really the only African club we have
that you know of. Maybe other people who are watching.
No, it's the only it's the only African club that's here. So it opened up a little over a year ago. I think last February. So like recently started opening up until like 3:34. So Safari could be a little lit. Like I'm not even gonna front. Like it could be lit, but I think because it's the only thing that we have, have gotten kind of tired. Because you're going to the same place, you see the same people. Like I just said, it's bad enough. You don't even have to go to Safari to see the same African Nigerians, and then you're going to the same club every weekend, seeing the same people. It can be redundant, but it's definitely like I've been there this year 3 times. Last year, a couple times. Nigerian Independence was the first time I went there. It opened last February, though. So I never heard about it until like last fall. Not bad. What is the food scene like? Where? Are you talking about Charlotte or are you talking about Houston?
Yeah, remember, this Houston, Charlotte. So,
what is the food scene like? And to be fair, I'm kind of picky with food. Like, I'm gluten-free.
She don't eat anything.
I don't eat dairy.
She eats the same 3. Like, she eats only Nigerian food. She's like three things.
Hater. I don't eat 3 things. She hater.
No gluten. Everything is gluten.
That's
no
not
pasta.
true.
No bread. No I don't eat these things too. But mine is more of because like weight stuff like goals or whatever. It's not because I can't tolerate it or because I
really can't tolerate
it.
Honestly, both. I mean, Charlotte, like tonight we're about to go out. We made reservation for Ejima's. We're trying to be fancy. We're trying to be fancy. Like there's like the typical restaurants. There's the Eddie V's, there's Ejima's.
I guess the point about Charlotte food. It's not.
Those places are. That's saying those are standard. Those are
everywhere. I'm
right.
Specific like the
Charlotte food I taste. I just don't really care for it. But again, I know I'm a little picky, but I haven't really tasted any food. It's like, woo.
Charlotte food can't compare to the food in Houston, okay? Houston, we known for, I'm saying we know, like I've been there my whole life. Houston is known for their food. Like, let's be real. Like, I get overwhelmed because, especially if you're trying to be on this whole like health conscious stuff.
Yeah, it seems like you always eating something
I'm
good.
I'm overwhelmed because like I cook a lot too. I eat in my house a lot too. And I want to start going out more in Houston to really taste like, it's like I have like a list on my phone. I can show you like the restaurants. Like I think the difference is that it's scrolling. It's like too much food.
Do you guys have you eaten soul food since you've been in Houston? Because that's really my favorite food. Was soul food.
I guess.
And I haven't really eaten that much soul food here.
I know it's there. There's so many road places, but I think no, I don't think I've eating home like.
So what are you eating when you go out? What type of food is it really?
Just anything. It could be American. It could be Thai. It can be barbecue. It can be like barbecue. Even sushi down to sushi.
So how has the dating scene been different for you? Because you in 2 different. So how has the dating scene been different for you too? Because you're in 2 different locations. Holy Spirit, I'm ready. I don't know. That's the thing. Like people like to ask questions about dating, but I feel like I don't think dating is really specific to.
I think it's a global issue.
Yeah, like I feel like it's an American issue.
I'll link the video down when we have the replay up of this about best cities for single Black women. Have videos that still gets views and comments to this day. And I made it like very randomly, like last March with my phone in the middle of my room, just based on like the research I have found. But as I'm getting older and doing more research and just listening to a lot of people discuss life, dating, I feel like it's hard everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think there's a specific I think some places are worse, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't think there's a specific place where people are not experiencing challenges, especially as Black women.
Let me tell you,
trying to date.
When I first moved to Houston, like I'm in like this Facebook group, and like when I say horror stories, like
mind you, I thought
so
Texas where everyone goes
like
married.
People talk, and I spoke to some women. And I think the difference also too when it comes to dating is that even though let's say like we're Black people, like we're Black, mm-hmm. So it's like. Even when it comes down, I feel like it could be very divided even within Black communities, right? So I feel like a lot of people's experience maybe dating may be different based on like who they date. Like what what's the word I'm looking
type
for?
Of Black people?
Yeah, like what type of like, you know what I mean? Like because like these girls had like crazy stories. Even my friends,
crazy stories like what?
Like this girl
ended up dating a married man.
She met up with a guy and she was in his car and he put a gun to her head. Like I'm telling like crazy, like you'll be like, what? Like be like, and like he tried to like he put it in and tried to hit her and she like fell out the car and then the police were like next to her. She started screaming and then the police came, like just crazy stuff that you think like only happens like on TV, like on Law and Order or one of these like criminal detective shows. So like these girls, like when they start talking, I'm like, wow, like Houston, really? Because I always looked at Houston because they have like a large black population, like a little, like
A
about
large
20%,
Nigerian
a large
community.
Nigerian community. I always felt like it would be
Cali in the building.
hello. Yes, Petra, a gun to her head and hit. She had a scar on her head, on her forehead. He hit her with the gun, had a gun to her head, hit her with the gun. She fell out the car, and then she screamed. The police were in the parking lot, and then the police came and he got locked up. So I'm just giving examples. Like, I just feel as if, like we talked about earlier, sometimes date numbers is not necessarily the issue.
Right.
It's not about having more. It's in life, especially getting
It's
older,
quality,
over
not
quantity.
quantity.
So if we're talking about specifically, let's say we're talking about Black people, we're thinking about where would be the best place for dating for Black people. It would be Detroit, Michigan, based on numbers, because as a city, it's about 67% Black, most densely Black populated city in the world. I mean, in America. But then you look at the numbers. What is it?
I said join on your phone.
Okay, but you look at the numbers and you see that that's not the case, because a lot of when the steel company, everything left that area, it affected the Black community a lot.
Right.
And like there's a lot of, I went to Michigan, I didn't get to go to Detroit. I was in Ann Arbor like years back, but Detroit, if anyone has gone, there's a lot of poverty. I met a lot of people when I first moved here. My Lyft drivers are from Detroit. It's like Detroit is like a third world country. Detroit is like legit, like it's so rough out. Like it's about the Chinese stores, they have glass on them. Like all the food stores, Subway, like everything has glass separating you and separating the person serving you. So I'm just saying, like, if we're going by numbers, that should be the best place.
Right.
So I'm saying you can't always go by where has the most Black people.
Quantity.
And I don't like to say quality, because I don't like looking at people like there's like low quality or high quality, because we're all God's children, So I don't like using that word, but like if you know what I'm talking about in terms of if you're looking for certain things, like where you would find that person. So I just think that when it comes to dating, I just feel like you have to really be prayerful. Like honestly, like I don't think it's an idea of like go to this place.
So you think it's just luck?
I think part of it could be luck. I think part of it could be, just timing, meeting the right person at the right time. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of
because there's people everywhere.
Involved.
We're around people all the time.
Right.
So you can't say there's not people.
And it's funny because then you have the men will talk about like, oh, women in Houston this. So this is funny how you like women always have their own perspective, the men have their own perspective, and then like we're always looking at things.
Please, where is the quality at? It's not in your house. It's not in your apartment. That's
but
for
if you're gonna say, this is my sixth. Actually, right now we're in Charlotte. If you guys we're together, we're in Charlotte. I made a last minute trip to Charlotte this weekend. But I'll be real. This is my sixth time in Charlotte. And then I always want to argue when I bring up the numbers. This is my sixth time in Charlotte, and just from being in Charlotte, I'm not gonna say that I haven't dated in Charlotte, so I'm not gonna sit here and give my personal experience. But I do think it would be easier navigating dating in Houston versus Charlotte.
What makes you say that?
I just feel like Charlotte, like the Black scene is just different. Like I feel like they don't have the numbers, and like
Charlotte's not as big as Houston.
Yeah, but they don't have the numbers. I just feel as if like every time I go out, I'm telling them I just see women. Either I just see a bunch of women, or I just see like older men. Like I don't go out and see like men in like their 30s. Like, and I'm not looking for that because I'm not looking at the men, no. But I'm just saying, like when I go out, I've always noticed when it's trying to see.
But when we go to Houston, we saw women everywhere.
Like, come on,
I feel like that's not fair.
Stop it.
When we went to O2, every section was full of women.
One
man will be with 20 women, or the women are in the section by themselves.
Stop it.
Like, what are you saying? We go like I feel like.
No, I'm telling you, like I just feel as if like I'm not, like I said, I can't vouch on quality.
It's about where you're going, right?
Where you're going, right? I'm not gonna speak that. I just feel as if my observation from being in Charlotte 6 times is that every time I go out, I just see a bunch of right. Every time I go out, I just see a bunch of women dressed up, eating with their friends, eating with other women. Like
that's how it was just at the brunch. We went to a place called if anyone in Charlotte, we went to yesterday's spot called Tattoo and Booze. So it's in Uptown. Chill vibe. Apparently it's called Tattoo and Booze because they do tattoos upstairs. I'm slow. I didn't realize that they actually do tattoos in there. All women. It's just women. And I'll tell my cousin, I said, just seen the men don't eat brunch. Oh, cause I get it. Brunch is like I feel like it can come off more as like a woman's thing, a girl's thing. Yeah, let's go out to brunch. It was, and then if there were men there, to be honest, like if there's men there, most of them are gay. So I'm just like, imagine us keep going into this type of environments. How are you meeting people here?
Seeing women.
All women celebrating their birthday, table of 10, table of 5, all women. And I'm just like, this is really interesting. Like we really, So are we not supposed to go to certain places because men are not there? Like, because I'm not gonna base my social life on men. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not gonna base where I'm going or where I'm not going just because of oh, are men gonna be there? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's funny to joke around like, oh, where the daddy's at, blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna base my social life on men. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's not fair too. So I think the thing that a lot of women, including myself, I think we just have to diversify where we're going. Like, where the number place to be see men. Let's before we the gym, join the gym, go to sporting events.
Not that I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm looking.
Go to sporting events. If you want to see men are at games. Okay. All this going to brunch, going to all these men, they're not.
That's how advise your boys to consider moving to Charlotte since that's where the ladies at. Exactly.
Start at
Houston is a city. Houston is known as a city where the girls are pretty. Okay, Houston has gorgeous girls. All right, gorgeous. Make the Stallion.
Charlotte has a lot of girls.
Houston has a lot of pretty. Charlotte has women, but I feel like I don't want to keep being biased because I'm gonna.
Yeah, you've been here 6 times.
I've been here 6 times. I'm gonna rep it. I'm gonna always be repping for Houston, but Houston girls are they're more up. They're like wow. Like some of them are
more
really
into their parents.
Sadidi, they're very into that lifestyle. I've heard that
Charlotte's a chill place.
Yeah, the girls are, it's a little more calm. It's a smaller city, so but you have to, like I said, there's no quick. There's people who go to freaking Atlanta that everyone hears is like the worst place, and they find someone. You know what I mean? So I just feel like sometimes you can't think, be sure where is the grid because everyone is struggling, but doesn't mean you can't still be strategic.
But I think the part is that you have to strike a balance, right? Because I'm not going to go out looking for men, but at the same time, I have to put myself in the right places, right? You're not going to sit in your apartment all day and watch Netflix and then say, where are the men at? They're not in your apartment and they're not on Netflix. You get what I'm saying? Like, you also have to make a conscious effort, especially if you're someone that doesn't believe in online dating, because then that makes it really hard. I think that's why online dating has become so popular, because it just makes life easier. You don't have to go anywhere. You can stay in your house and talk to 10 people at a time if you want to. But if you're not into online dating and then you want to just sit in the house, how are you going to meet people?
Right. Like, online dating is, I don't even necessarily think if you're in the right type of state, I don't even necessarily think you need to do that. I just think you just.
And remember, we're still in the pandemic. People just started going out at the time. Okay, what's you all ideal man like?
Skip one. Knowing how Nigerian families are, is there any pressure from family in regards to you guys finding someone? Honestly, I'll be honest. That's one thing I can respect my mom for a lot, because even though sometimes she'll say stuff I don't really agree with, my mother has never pressured me. Like, mind you, we're 30 years old. I'm not 22 years old. I'm grown, but I think also because my mother's upbringing and her personal experiences, we lost our father when we were very young. She doesn't have this mindset crazy. That man is the end of the world.
Right.
She really believes in women. Really, it's to an extent, even to, I'd be like, mommy, calm down. She really believes in a woman really being able to do her own thing. Being able to take care of yourself and really being self-sufficient. She's not someone who believes in your life starts when you're married.
Right.
Everything.
Man,
husband's house, this house. My mother's
not
like that at all. She's very make sure you take care of yourself. You never know. I never knew my husband was gonna die. If I sat here being these type of women, where would you guys be? You know what I mean? So she's
high rise.
She's very into high.
She's being high rise.
So my mother's very into women, empowerment and really being. But doesn't mean that she thinks marriage is still very important. But I think she really looks at marriage more on.
And I think she thinks that we're just being picky, which is so not.
And it's annoying. I think she really looks at the idea of marriage also just to have children and stuff. Which a lot of people look at, especially that generation is more about, family and stuff. But I really don't I don't have uncles or aunts calling me
you have once in a while people trying to do some weird hookups.
Weird ass hookups, and I have to put them in their place. But I don't have anyone calling, text, what's going on?
Because the reality is that in this generation, most women our age are single. Most black women that 30 are not married. You get what I'm saying? So it's not we're outliers. He says,
"Yeah, this is spam."
Yeah, you're getting blocked. What's your ideal man like? I'll appreciate it if you both give honest feedback. Thank you. Okay, my ideal man. Okay, so my Nnena ideal man would be, number one, a man who has a relationship with God, a deep relationship with God, not church necessarily, but I mean he reads his Bible, he's self-aware. It is important because I feel like that will dictate how he's going to treat me. That's my ideal man, number one. Second would be emotion. I wrote this down the other day. I've never made this list before, but other people keep telling me to make a list. Second would be honest. emotionally intelligent, financially stable, attractive to me, not to Ngozi, not to Nadine, not to anyone else. Attractive to me. I'm the only one who's to be attracted to him. And that's it. Mind you, look, I didn't put any height in there. I didn't put
But
a
that's like you're
salary.
lying.
I didn't put
You're not being
I
transparent.
am being transparent. I really feel
Because
like I'm so
there's guys who
simple.
are 5'5" that like you don't want to date them. So height you should put in there because it is a requirement.
Okay, and then 5'10" or above,
Yeah,
which is reasonable. I'm
don't be
6'2",
unrealistic.
5'10" or above. So those are, what did I say? I said basically God fearing, honest, emotionally intelligent, financially stable, and 5'10" or above.
You girls are very broad. What's financially stable? You can't say financially. What salary?
So you want me to give you a salary?
Yes. How much does he have to be making? You girls are this.
I say at least.
It's like
I
KS. He had 1 million subscribers. Like you girls are not realistic. You guys are not being realistic.
She just said, "Tell her, Ngozi." Okay, so I would say financially stable means that. And listen, I feel like it's so ambiguous because it really depends on what am I going to be making at the time and how we spend money.
What are you making now?
Lifestyle. Okay,
so no, stop thinking about what are you making now.
At least
what's financially stable? What
financially stable to me means a single man should be making at least, I would say, $65,000.
Oh, that's reasonable.
65,000, like that's like the minimum. I feel like that is a reasonable salary. Like you coming to me, you're comfortable. Like you're okay. Like you're not starving. You're not looking for a come up. You're not looking for someone to build you up. No, like you are okay taking care of yourself. Some people might scream. Trust me, I don't even make 6 figures yet. So I'm not looking for a man that necessarily makes 6 figures because I know 2 is better than 1. If I'm managing with my salary less than 6 figures and you bring in another salary, even if it's 65, we're gonna do stuff with that. The issue is when these kids come in. That's the problem when these little kids start coming around.
These rugrats.
Right. Because he said he doesn't stop. So I'm not here like looking for someone that has so much money. I'm really not.
Are you okay doing 50-50?
On a power bill.
Because then you're saying if 65, you're saying that salary, that's fine, but you're gonna do that and based on
I mean, it's not ideal, but I know the world we're living in, right? It's not ideal.
Sorry,
yeah, you gotta chill. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. I don't want to do 50-50. I don't want to split bills in half. I don't want to. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all, hey, isn't it? You was looking cute yesterday at that wedding. So like, I don't want to do that. I personally am okay with a 20-80 arrangement or 30-70.
30-70 is honestly ideal.
30-70.
75-25.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like, I don't expect not to contribute to my household. That's crazy. 30% is like what I really want to do. But the reality is that like I'm getting older. It is what it is. If I have to do 50, I have to do 50. What am I going to do? Am I going to sit around? Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to sit around waiting for the man that's going to let me do 30? No, if I have to, I have to. But I'm not going to lie and tell you
this is
it's
what I feel
ideal.
like when it comes to the split. All right, let's be realistic.
Ideal man.
Oh,
you have to say your ideal
man is nice. Tall.
What's height?
6 foot.
He has to be at least 6 foot.
Yeah.
So you can't do 5'10" like me?
I can do 5'11". I could, but I'm saying that's my ideal. Doesn't mean that these are what I would want. Doesn't mean that these are not deal breakers. These are just what I would want. You know.
So I think we
goes to church.
What I talk about were deal breakers. Like I can't deal with anyone under 5'10". Even 5'10", I'm managing. Like it really should be under 6'2". But you know, I'm not delusional. You know, I know what it is. I know I'm very tall. So I think you should be saying deal breakers. Not ideal. Well, ideal. Hey, that's true. Ideal. What is your dream, man?
The deal breakers, I feel like I don't like that term because I just feel as if everything is like things are based on what else is in the situation. Like when people say a deal breaker, I don't believe there's really one deal breaker. Like it's like a give and take when it comes to a lot of stuff. Like you may not have this, but you have that. Right. So like this compensates for that. But I'm tall, nice, understanding, patient. You know, has a relationship with God.
Tall, nice, understanding, patient. That's so like
good. Good figure. And then to me, I really doesn't even care that much about the number. I just care about what you expect me to bring. That's to me what's more important because I feel like you can even make $60K and not expect your wife to bring that much money out.
In what society? In 2022 with inflation? With a bear market?
But it comes down to your lifestyle. Because people don't want to be real. It's like you have to cut down your lifestyle.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, he's not into designer. He don't want to travel.
I know. I haven't looked at it for Texas yet. I remember New Jersey. As of 2021, the average family in New Jersey is making about $66,000.
That's crazy. We make more than the average family.
They didn't die. They're living. I'm not saying that would be the life I want to live.
But we don't sometimes we want to live this crazy
because
life.
We want all this extra. Doesn't mean I don't like nice things. You know, I love to travel. I would like a designer thing here and there, but like those things to me are not the end all be all. It's not like, oh, I need to wear designer. I need to do this. Like if I could switch it up for something else,
because I can still look cute with my Zara.
Right, like it's not a do or die.
Right.
Like honestly, like I don't necessarily think I would call myself high maintenance. I don't even know. I don't necessarily call myself high maintenance. I feel like I'm okay. Like I can be with certain things if I have.
So you think you're modest?
Yeah, I think I'm to the extent. I think I'm modest.
I kind of am.
If I have the means. I guess I don't stand a chance to train because I'm so slighted. What does that mean?
Wait, would you be open to dating someone that has kids? I've done it.
Dating or marrying too? That's two different things. Are you just dating that person to date?
Yeah, clarify that. We'll go to the next. Let's make sure we didn't skip anything.
It's as in that
she said, will you eat height? My mom's. That's funny. Y'all little girls will tell me we don't eat height, but you little girls who are 5'4" can't even date someone under 5'10".
To me, when it comes to height, it's more about the aesthetic too.
Right.
Like,
I don't want to look with someone's child. I don't want my man
person is
my
shorter than you.
child.
Like wow. Like, cause I've dated guys who are shorter than me, and like, it looks a little weird. They don't care, but it looks a little weird.
Funny.
Like my 19-year-old brother is 6 foot tall. Like I'm gonna go and date a guy who's like 5'7" or 5'6". I feel like it's like I'm
even
walking around my son.
Even 5'10" is short. I think 5. Let me change that. 5'11" is the lowest.
Come on, we changing 1 inch. Like, be real. 5'10", he's gonna get them heels. They're gonna start wearing those shoes with the heels on there.
I'm gonna buy my man shoes with
3-inch heels. Like to me, height is like it's not like a do or die. Like it's nice. Like I would really, I think most women, regardless of height, would prefer a man that's like significantly taller than them. But like I don't think if a man is really, really good, he's 5'10", I can give him a chance.
Right.
Because I feel like that sounds crazy.
But the point I'm saying, guys, is that people come for me at my 6'2". Mommy will say, will you eat height? I'm even saying 5'10". But these 5'4" girls can't do 5'10". These 5'2" girls
they'll say a guy who's 5'7" is short.
Yes, 5'8".
But you're 5'4".
But you're 5'4", you're 5'3". You can't date a guy that's 5'8". That's like me saying I'm 6'2". He has to be 6'6".
It's because we're taller, so we can't have that much of a range. But because they're shorter and they can meet those guys who are really within that, that's why it doesn't sound as wild as how it should really sound.
It's
because
wild.
Them saying, oh, he has to be at least half a foot taller than me. We can't sit here and say he has to be a half foot. That means we'll be dating only 6'6" and up.
Exactly.
That sounds crazy. Right. We're only dating athletes. You know what I mean? Like who's left? And I'm not really interested. So it's like
you're not interested in the athlete? No. Their lifestyle.
I don't like the lifestyle.
Okay. I guess I'm saying chance because I feel so slighted. Nnena, must he has a bachelor's degree? Is that a deal breaker? Education qualification doesn't matter. To me, I've had friends that told me they could never date a guy who didn't go to college.
Some of them in this
personally.
Chat. I don't.
If he didn't go to college, but he got the money, I'm good.
The legal money.
Yeah, you can't not go to college, and then you also are average earner. Like I feel like those, like if I lose in one area, let me gain it in another area. But to be honest, I do not care if the man didn't go to school because I went to school. I represent for both of us. I have my 2 bachelors. You take one of them. Like you can take the other bachelors, you borrow the other bachelors. Like for me, like I'm not really crazy. Like some girls are like, you have to be a doctor, you have to have a master's, you have to. Because
for me, out of school to me, you're making money.
Listen, it's not about money. Only reason why I could see why a woman would want a man that went to college is the experience. And I do believe that going to college, especially for a Black man, opens your mind and your opportunities. I definitely feel like going away to college, like if I didn't go to college, I don't think I'll be who I am.
But that's what the average.
If I stayed home and went to school, live with my mother and my little brother, I don't think just the things I know, the things I was exposed to, the people from different parts of the world I met, I wouldn't do that. Students. Right, I wouldn't get that living at home and going to school. Or not going to college.
Not living at home, just not even going to college at all.
Yeah, exactly. Just
what I'm saying is that you cannot go to college. It just means you have to do more of your own personal work to compensate for it in terms of worldliness and being, knowing about things. Because some of the smartest people didn't go to school. Think about people who are really educated. It's just about reading and being enlightened and watching TV, really understanding what's reading the newspaper. Like it is harder. College makes it easier for you to be quote unquote exposed because you don't have to do as much of your own work by force. You have to read this book. You have to do this game. You have to participate in this experience. But when you don't go to have formal education, you have to educate yourself on your own. So it's more of a personal thing that you have to be committed to, like going the extra mile to gain that information and knowledge. But to me, it's
how about you? Would you be with a guy that didn't go to bachelor's?
Yeah.
But does he have to have money?
Yeah, he has to have money. That's right. like he can't. Like I'm saying, he's salary. Like he as long as he's bringing home a reasonable amount of money, I would be okay.
Are you hot? Because I'm hot. Can I put the AC?
I'll be right back. Too high, like all that AC. But yeah, I'm fine as long as he's like making a reasonable salary. Like I don't believe in looking down on someone because they didn't go to school. I don't like that. And I feel like especially a lot of us been conditioned to look, especially as women, especially as Black women. I feel like a lot of us have been conditioned to look down, like on what they call it. Is it blue collar? Like people who necessarily go like to formal education, don't have formal education, but like some of the people looking. Oh, who's this person?
Keep talking.
Some of these people looking down on these people don't make more than them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like I feel as if like it's not necessarily. I see the whole. Exposure.
I think sometimes the issue is exposure. I was about to say that women are concerned about because they want to be with a guy that's on their like intellectual level, right? You know, so when people think of people that are like truck drivers or people who maybe work at the post office or you know what I mean, those jobs that we know they're making good money. Money isn't the issue, but you think about like. What conversations will I have?
Are they going to go to Greece with you?
Right, they're going to be in Dubai. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go to Monaco. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the concern that a lot of professional Black women have is that they want someone who's on that same. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so to me, it definitely want to be a deal breaker.
Any other questions? A chat, y'all. Y'all started off real strong. Let's get it going with the question.
Don't forget,
nothing is off limits.
Right. Don't forget, show us some love. You can hit that super chat. That super chat button.
It's Sunday. The Spirit is leading you.
This could be a way of tithe and offering. If you didn't go to church today, you can bless us. Just creating a lifestyle is not easy, but we're coming up with so much content for you guys. You guys are going to be so excited. Oh, let's talk about content, right? Because we're having this issue because I'm in Houston now, then there's in Charlotte, and as people have been watching us, we've been kind of going back and forth. So we're thinking like, would it be easier, like let's say like we dedicate like months to one place? So let's say,
are y'all just more focused on like, are y'all really just here for Charlotte for me? Are y'all really here for you? Like I can just take over, you know what I mean? I do what I have to do to,
like what is that content wise? What would you guys really want to see? That's what we're getting more into. Even we're doing a vlog this weekend for y'all. We want to start doing more lifestyle, stuff that not
just sit down.
Top 5 neighborhoods. Yeah, those videos do good sometimes. I know the video that's doing really good now, if you guys haven't watched, is What I Wish I Knew Before Moving to Houston, Texas. And that's funny because I'm going to talk about that video because remember that your Charlotte video is still our #1 video. And when you made that video, a lot of people who are natives got very offended. Like, you're like complaining.
Go back to Jersey.
Same thing with Houston. One girl, you should go to Dallas. Don't tell me where to go. Don't tell me my rent. Like, shut up. But people, mind you, I'm not saying I like where I'm staying, but like, I'm giving the advice for people who are just moving. Like, I wish I knew these things. Like, I wish I knew this before moving here because, like we said, certain things you're not going to find on Google and research, no matter how much video. I'm not sitting there watching a million YouTube videos. Like, I have things to do. I have a job. Right. So like, there's certain things that I wish I would have looked more into before moving to Houston.
Trying to guide people.
And I'm trying to, let people know. Like, same way I watched a YouTube video and someone got a crazy toll bill mail in Houston when they first moved here. I don't know, the Houston people in the chat, it was crazy to me how, like, on the freeways, the tolls are like hidden.
Okay.
So I didn't know I was driving
to Charlotte, you can drive to Atlanta 3.5 hours. You don't pay.
I didn't know there was tolls. All of a sudden I get, how they use your license plate and find your address. I get some bill of like $27. I'm like, when did I go on tolls? And they're telling me the dates and the times and this and that. And each toll be like $150, $175. Like it adds up. And mind you, most of the times it's the same distance. It's the same time.
So why
am I paying toll? Like honestly, I get in arguments with people about, this whole toll. So like I don't use the toll. I actually had to use it yesterday because I was rushing to get to the airport because I was running late as usual because me, I'm just not good with time.
Let me tell y'all Ngozi's issue. Ngozi's late for. Let me tell you guys something like Ngozi's issue. Ngozi wants to be Superwoman. Ngozi will wake up, let's say 8 o'clock. She'll be somewhere by 9. 8 o'clock, she'll wake up. She wants to read the Bible for 30 minutes. Then she wants to pray for 10 minutes. Then she wants to make a smoothie. Like, you have to know that she's not organizing her time. Like, you know how much time is allotted, and you know what you have to do, and you start moving. There's times you wake up. You don't think I want to be a baddie. I want to wear makeup for church. But I look at the time. Oops, no makeup today. Only brows. You have to work with the time you're given. And Ngozi wants to squeeze in 10 things in 1 hour. And that's why her life is a rush. It's a panic. Every time.
July, I can't do this to myself anymore. It gives me anxiety.
Always rushing.
I'm always rushing.
From this morning, we go to church, rushing. To do this live, rushing.
Hey, he has done it.
Okay, Justina, see with the $9.99. Okay, Justina starting. She even starts small. So I don't know if anyone can do any less than that.
You can't go lower. Like, come on. Like, yes.
Thank you for the offering. Thank you.
It makes up. But yes.
So like, Ngozi's problem is that she just tries to do too much. Like the relocation content, maybe show places to hang out in both. Exactly. That's why I want to start vlogging because it's like I'm not just gonna go to this place and say, hey, a video of me at Crave today. Like, that's boring. You don't want to see me at Crave for 20 minutes or for 10 minutes. I need to show you my whole weekend. To be honest, I be in the streets. Like, I be going out and like
Really
there's so much stuff I want to show people. I'm like, oh my goodness, I should be vlogging this. Like, because I know there's so many spots people don't know of. Even though I'm new, I can say for the most part, I kind of know stuff. I know where to go. If y'all come to Charlotte, you guys are gonna want to move here. Period. Anyone that come to Charlotte, y'all gonna love Charlotte. Like, I know where to go. I know what to do. Anyway.
Okay, so, yeah, look, let's listen. Let's see what Top Pinnacle is comment. Should marriage be for better, for worse, so death do part? Both death do both couple apart. It doesn't matter. Is a woman cooking for a man being a slave?
Cooking for a man is not being a slave. Crazy. I never heard of that, but apparently that's what some women think. That's ridiculous. And should marriage be for?
I think more maybe when it comes to cooking, maybe be the expectation part, like
right.
And maybe depending on lifestyle, let's say a lot. There are women who really work a lot. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean. The reality I've spoken to people about me. I don't mind. I'm like. To some people, I'm cooking every day, depending on what you consider to be cooking.
Stanley said, "Thank you, Nnena. You're welcome." Because it's ridiculous. Anyway,
so my thing is that when it comes to the cooking thing, if you have a woman who's like really has a high level job, mm-hmm. You have to be realistic.
Don't expect warm, fresh food every night.
Right, she's not gonna be cooking you may have to just meal pack, prep, order out here and there. But like, I don't look at it as a slave, but there are men who expect this meal every night. Some very traditional men, and that's I feel like when people start getting this mentality of the enslavement thing. Should marriage be for better, for worse, or that do us part both? I think it should.
It should be better for worse, but the Bible that we're saying for better, for worse, or whatever that came from also has grounds for divorce. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't think that people should go in like I think another thing that's like scaring a lot of people getting married, which I get, is that I want this to be the only marriage. I want this to be the only one. I want this to be forever. And I understand that, but at like end of the day, nothing is still by force. You get what I'm saying? Don't not get married because you're scared it's not going to be forever. Even if you marry at 50, can't not be forever. Even if you marry at 70, it may not be forever. You waiting longer doesn't mean your marriage is going to be forever.
Or you're going to meet someone better.
Right. Like we always say in the words of Meg J, doing something later doesn't equal doing it better. So just because you wait longer to do something doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get a better result or a better outcome. That's false.
Okay.
It's okay. He makes a point here. You said men should have a degree in 65K, but should men have that same standard?
Men should have a degree. I think there are some men who have.
I said they don't have to have a degree to correct.
She said. I
said 65K to me is like a salary, like the minimum I would deal
salary
with.
Salary
wise.
But can men have the same standard?
Yes,
I don't think there's wrong with that. There are men in America. Men do have. There's a lot of men who can't marry women who didn't go to school or doesn't have a bachelor's degree at least.
Definitely.
Of course, do I think that men are more lenient when it comes to this stuff? Of course.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be providers.
Yeah, so I think that because of the traditional role of things, it's easier for a woman to get away with.
And back to that cooking thing, real quick. The issue with the cooking thing that kind of related to this is that, like, I think some women feel, okay, if I'm even paying 50-50, or maybe even contributing more, why are you expecting me to cooking all the meals? So my thing, that's why this 50-50 thing gets dangerous, right? Because once we do everything 50-50,
once you do finance 50-50, everything else has to be 50-50.
Right, exactly. You can't expect
child rearing, cooking, cleaning, and I feel like that's why it's taking women out of their feminine, because once they paying bills is masculine.
We're growing mustaches.
You know what I mean? So like once you start financially contributing equal to your man,
it's hard to
start doing all those other things and not feel like you need to split that too, because it's like you're splitting the finances.
If I'm paying 20% of the bills, you will never enter the kitchen. And that's on period. If I'm paying 20%, period. Even if you cook better than me, you will still not enter that kitchen. If I'm paying only 10%, I will shoo you out of the kitchen if I'm only paying 10% of the bills. Shoo. Okay, what you said. How many children do each of you want, and does gender matter?
I tell y'all right now. I want 2 girls. I really only want to experience childbirth one time because of my weight and I struggle with I've been struggling with my weight for a long time in terms of like losing it. Like I'm not someone who can keep when I see women get pregnant 4 times, it's like fascinating to me. Like I can't even imagine having 4 kids. Like separate 1 child, stop, gain weight, lose it, have a next child, gain weight, lose it. I really want to have triplets. That would be my dream, triplets, and then tie my tubes, remove my womb, go get my tummy tuck. I
think the perfect family is 4 kids. I think that's a full 3 or 4 kids.
3 is good.
3 or 4 kids. I think it's 3 is good because you can all fit in the car.
Yeah, I want 3 girls. I want triplets, 3 girls. I mean, I would do a boy. My thing is that when it comes to the multiples, I don't like the whole boy and girl.
Yeah,
like I feel like
two
multiples,
boys,
they all have to be
girls.
the same gender.
Yeah,
it's not the same feel.
More, yeah.
Like I don't want twins, one boy, one girl. That's boring. Like it's 2 boys, or you're gonna give me 2 girls. Triplets, 3 girls or 3 boys. Like I don't like the mixing. When it comes to
anything I get, I'm gonna love it, but I would definitely prefer women because girls, because I'm a girl and I can relate more to girls.
Yeah, but to me, it's not really just the number. I wouldn't mind one child, but I think
it's lonely.
I know growing up, if I only had one sibling,
yeah, like it was so.
It would have been
fun.
It would have been like miserable.
It was so much.
Like
fun.
Your sibling is like your friend. Yeah. You're in the house with them all the time. You could play with them. Like just being an only child, I can imagine like how lonely it is. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. We talked about the only child syndrome and all that stuff. Like I know some only children. I feel like it's just a very lonely experience. You have to always rate on your friends. I don't want my child to be like taking their friends too seriously because they don't have siblings. So I would definitely want at least 2, but like I wouldn't mind 3. Yeah, I wouldn't mind 3. Just that I have to have like twins or something in that. Like it won't be 3 separate pregnancies. Okay. Like I need something.
I am moving to I am moving to Charlotte. Just got a job offer from Lowe's for software engineer at their news office at South End. Oh, congratulations! Are you gonna live in South End?
And have you started looking at apartments?
How is the dating things going on in Charlotte? There's nothing going on, but we talked about that earlier. How the dating things going on, and I'm not gonna just blame Charlotte. I know I could be a bit selective. I'm type of if I like someone, I want to just focus on them. I'm gonna just be transparent with you. I've never dated a non-Nigerian.
At least you're being honest.
I've never dated a guy that's not Nigerian, so I think that's something I need to work on because maybe the Nigerian men just ain't for me. Maybe. And when I talk about never dating a non-Nigerian, I've never even dated a guy who was born and raised in America like me that's Nigerian, like Nigerian-American. Like I deal with like real Nigerian guys. Like maybe they came here 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, 10. So I think that may be part of the issue because I kind of have a strong personality and those type of guys also have a strong personality. So like, I don't know if that's part of it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's part of it. I'm not perfect. I know I have flaws, but I don't know.
So Stanley said, you all will not date a guy, man, make a 50K. But it's true that people don't have to be realistic. Because like I feel like a lot of times we're afraid of sounding vain or sounding materialistic because
even 65 is pretty.
It's being very modest.
Right.
I'm just thinking about just lifestyle. Like I said, I can cut out a lot of things, but I'm not saying I could cut out everything. I'm not going to say I'm a plain Jane. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to
think about when you have kids,
right? Yeah. Like I just feel as if the reality.
I don't make enough to be able to do that.
If you know what you're making now and you don't want to pay 50% or more of the bills, if you're dating a man making 50K, you're going to be paying more. You're going to be paying 50% or more of the bills. I feel like that's the issue when it comes. It's not necessarily.
But the issue with salaries are like that can change. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not.
I'm saying 50K. I'm saying 50K based on his role now, and like, is it an entry level role?
And then like, are you making 50K and then you're still
doing other things on the side? Or
yeah,
50K, are you doing things on the side?
Yeah.
You have side. Is it 50K just coming from your 9 to 5?
Where you live is a huge factor.
Yeah,
too.
what part of the world? What part of the US you're staying in? Of course, there's contributing factor.
But 50K Manhattan's not doing nothing for
at
nobody.
This age. Like if I was younger, for sure, I would definitely. I've dated men making way less than 50K when I was like 24, 25, 27. I don't know if maybe they were making 20K or 30K. But like at this point in my life, 30 years old, like I have to be realistic. I don't think I can do that. Like because I'm thinking of marriage.
All right, how tall are you guys? I'm 6'2" and Gus is about 6'2". Wait, what? Why not? I don't know what you're saying about Haitian men. Yeah, I've never dated Haitian man.
What's why? Wait, what? Why not? I think talk about dating. You never dated. Are you talking about the dating age?
I've never dated a guy. That's
ask her why. If you're,
I don't know. They're the only ones that like me.
About Haitian men.
Chai, God bless our hustle. What's your take on the man not being available or traveling for work all the time? I can't do that. I would not want that type of relationship. I would not want that type of marriage with a man that's.
It's a percentage, right? Like I wouldn't want to do I wouldn't want to do the like I don't necessarily think I need someone that's going to be home 100% of the time. That's what I'm saying. But it can't be like a 40% or like 30%. Like majority of the time you're traveling. No, not in the like the lifestyle. I don't like that lifestyle. Like I know there's women who do it.
Yes, I'm looking at South End. I'm looking for 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. Are you by yourself? You move with a family? 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. Okay, good. That's nice. So you'll be close to work. Kenneth Chuka said, I prefer girls like 2 or 3 girls. Oh, that's interesting. Like I preferring 2 or 3 girls. I just feel like girls are easy. I know the thing about girls, people talk about, they're hormonal, they're good at their period, you have to do their hair, they can get pregnant. But I just feel like especially raising a guy in this type of environment with all this stuff going on, raising a black boy, I just feel like I don't really necessarily care for that stress. You know, like there's things I just feel like girls don't have to experience that black men get profiled all the time. Like even as black women, we would never even
You
understand.
could drive a Benz, you know, think about or don't think about someone looking at you or
right.
thinking
Like,
like,
even
oh,
as
which
black-
license or registration.
Yeah, like black women, it's easier for us to even explore that luxury lifestyle. People not come for us, you know. But as a black man, like they just go through so much when it comes to like racism and profiling and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if I love my son, it's my son, but I definitely would prefer to have
Whatever guy
girls.
gives me, I'll take.
I just know girls. The issue I'm thinking you gotta do their hair, and
I like hair.
you know, I don't like hair. You gotta do their hair, and then when they start getting hormonal,
Start acting like you.
yeah, then you gotta worry about boy. Because end of the day, a guy can get you pregnant, but who's gonna suffer more the consequences? The girl. You know, who's gonna have to stop their life and not maybe go to college? The girl. You know, but guys run around with kids is like they live in a normal life.
It's easier for them to live. It's easier for them to detach from their children unless they have full custody.
Right.
Which is not, you know, the system in America. The children usually go to the mother. Let's be real. Like unless like the mother's really incompetent or like really like on drugs or something, like it's harder for a man to get the children. We know that. So
yes, I moved by myself. 2 bedrooms, one for the office.
I know that's right,
Yes,
Astros. But let me tell you, I have a 2 bedroom. I mean, I take out a 1 bedroom, 1 study, and I was joking with my cousins this morning, like, yeah, like we too old for 1 bedrooms, and I totally understand because like, especially if you work from home,
$50. Because they sing a praise song. One person was singing, "Only you can do what no man can do, Jehovah. Only you can do." So like we just going up from here. We started with 10. Now we got 50.
yeah.
Like, you gotta sit down. What's no man can do, Jehovah? It's hot.
You can put the AC on.
I put it on.
But yeah, let me respond to Astro. Like I was saying, I could
Yeah,
totally
but
understand
sales
where
prices.
But I'm saying that's the point I'm making is that
You lucky we not in the
look,
studio.
I can show you what
People
I'm
in
saying now
studios.
on the side or below a bed. Like I understand getting, especially at our age, especially if you work from home too, you're in your apartment a lot.
Mhm.
So it's not
I
like
definitely want
if
a
you're
2-bedroom.
going to a job and coming back, it's different.
Right.
But working from home, you just need you need space. Like, okay, at least I work in this area. Then I can go to this area. Then I can walk around to this area.
Right. No, I get it.
Like I definitely
like
want
a
2 bedroom is a minimum.
But if you know how much you're trying to increase my rent, even for my 1 bedroom, I don't know.
It's not about that.
I think that's
Charlotte prices.
yeah. I think that's
rent.
part of why. I never thought, should I rent a house? But I don't want all that. Maybe a townhouse or like a condo.
It's a big thing in that. You should look into
So
it.
like, yeah,
Your
I was thinking
content's
that. I
coming
think
in
that's
this
how I'll get
month.
the most reasonable rate because all these apartments are expensive. I think if I really want to get something reasonable and pay around what I'm paying now, I should need to like rent a condo because I don't want to rent a house. What am I doing with a
Astro
house?
Sport, what are you looking at? What you're looking for 2 to 3 rooms? What prices are you seeing? I'm very interested in what is your, like, are you looking for luxury? Are you looking for something just okay? Like, you know, like what is your I guess I wouldn't say your budget, but like what are you looking for in your apartment?
Hi, Eliza. My budget is $2,400.
Okay.
2,400. 3 bedroom. You want to live in South End? I don't think you can get 3 bedroom 2,400.
2, you can definitely do 2 bedroom.
Maybe 3.
That's a good budget.
Because sometimes 2 and 3 is not much of a difference. The issue is finding the places that have the 3 bedroom. Because most apartments you're gonna see 2 bedroom.
But a lot of places do have 3 bedroom.
Okay.
That's a good budget. That's good.
Yeah, so he's ready to pay the money.
Ready to pay.
So maybe I should, because I remember when I first moved, I saw this condo. I really always tell you about it in Myers Park was $1,200, and that's how much I was paying for a 1 bedroom apartment too. So I think for me to get more space and get something more affordable, maybe I should look into renting like a house. But I don't want to rent like a real house, like a 1-family house. God forbid, I cannot be in a house by myself. I would be losing my mind.
And duplexes aren't big down in the South. I feel
what's a duplex?
Like like a 2-family.
I'm sure they have them.
But I'm saying the way it is in Jersey, like it's a
I
very.
don't want to be in a 2-family.
You're in a 40 family. You're in a 100 family.
But it's so intimate. I feel like apartment. You get what I'm saying? I feel like apartment is different than being in a 2-family. And 2-family is mostly going to be 3 bedroom. What do I need 3 bedroom for? I guess if it's cheap, I can do it. I'm gonna leave Florida, but stuck between moving back to Dallas and trying out Charlotte. What's a good reason for a black man to move to Charlotte? Like we talked about earlier, a lot of cute women.
And honestly, I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, so for example, we went out. Yes, I was telling we must have talked about this earlier tonight. I was like, I keep saying I've been to Charlotte 6 times, so I can make.
Are you still counting? I can make my got off the plane.
I can make my fair analysis about Charlotte. Is that like Charlotte, I feel like it's very easy to stand out compared to Houston because it's a smaller city and people are not as like
come
loud.
Here and pretend to be a celebrity.
Like
people believe you.
I'm telling you, even just going on yesterday, like people are like, oh, you did, oh, like people like. It's like I feel as especially if you're a guy, you decent, you're a good person, you're nice, you know, you making okay money, you dress decent, like you're gonna have your what's to say your litter or whatever. What's the term they use? Like it's very easy to like stand out, like because it's not like
I don't know about Dallas.
There's not like competition here.
There's not.
Let's be real. Like they're really from what I've seen and what I've experienced as someone visiting here multiple times frequently, like
especially for the men.
And the black scene, like, there's not a lot of competition. And I feel like the women here are calmer. Like they don't give me that same like Houston vibe. Like the girls can be a little, you know,
uppity
about that money. And
it's about 2,400, 3,200 because Lowe's is willing to pay 50% of my rent. Well, I need
let me apply to Lowe's.
She has a question about Houston.
Okay, I'm sure. Hi, Eliza. I hope I'm saying that right. What area in Houston would you recommend to live? Like an area with good schools, safe job opportunities. Okay, so you're saying good schools. I'm assuming you have children. If you haven't watched, you need to watch the most recent video, which watch this before moving to Houston. The difference between Houston and the Houston metro area. The biggest thing that a lot of people confuse with Houston is that a lot of people refer to Houston, but when they're saying Houston, they're referring to the Houston metro area, like the suburbs of Houston, what people from like down there call it. And from my little experience, I don't have kids, so like, you know, I don't know much about the school systems, but I heard that Houston schools are not that great. I know they call it ISDs, independent school. Like people are able to go to different districts. I don't know if SNS in here, you can help me. You know, you're a Houston girl, right? But the schools aren't that great. So a lot of people, when they have children, they prefer to be in the suburbs because of like the housing and the schools. Like Katy, I know I've heard Katy has really good schools. What's the other ones? I'm gonna say the ones that are closer to me. I'm in West Houston. It's like Katy and Cypress. But there's a lot of suburbs, a lot of suburbs.
So you're saying she should look outside of Houston?
Yeah, for sure. Like I wouldn't tell. Like I'm saying, from what I've heard, the school systems in Houston are not that great. So I definitely would say look into us living in a suburb right in the Houston metro area. But like I said, don't go too far. If you're someone who actually wants to be close to Houston, that's another factor. Like Katy's very close to like it's right off of I-10, like it's really close. So that's why I'm saying that. Okay. But yeah.
Yes, that's a great question, my brother, because I am a Black man too, and I am Haitian also. I don't know what that means. Evita, hi guys, I love these lives. I feel like you're in my living room with us. Oh, we're gonna trust it. We about to start going live. Rather than even record a video, I'd rather just go up and go live. Because talking comes naturally to me, but when you have to film, you have to set up, right. You have to do this, then you have to edit it, then you have to upload, you have to make a thumbnail. Like I'm about to just start opening this laptop and just go live. Today we're gonna talk about cities, areas in Charlotte. Today we're gonna talk about dating and just talk about anything. Because honestly, the whole sitting down and making a video, I've been talking about. I'm getting over. And then you make it, and it doesn't get the views you want. It's just at least live, definitely way more fun. Do we speak French? A little bit.
You took French in school.
Yeah, but like it's not like it's my native tongue or anything.
I speak English and Igbo. English. I know I took Spanish, so I could speak. Honestly, I could speak conversational Spanish if I had to. I remember I went to Cuba with some girls, and I was the one like talking to the drivers and everything like that. Like because like I had over there they really don't speak English like that. But yeah. French, I hear, comes in handy if you're going to the African, like West Africa, and a lot of those countries. I remember. Did you watch the video I had about the guy who traveled from London to Nigeria on a bike? And he said what really helped him was French when he got to like on a bike. Yeah, but he of course had to go through the port one area, but he traveled on his motorbike from London to Lagos.
Isn't there an ocean between them?
Yes, I say he had to get on one little. Technically, he didn't do it 100%. He had to go through a port, like put his thing on like a port, but like.
Okay, so we'll be wrapping up soon. We don't want to make this too long, make it about an hour. So any final burning questions? Don't forget, still have the opportunity, super chat. If the spirit is leading you, it's Sunday. You could drop your tithes and offering in the super chat. Say, how do you know?
Nothing is too little. Nothing is $1 is money, you know.
Yeah, even though,
appreciating us.
We like competition. There was $9.99. There was $50, where I'm from, people like competition. Nana, do you speak Igbo? I can speak it, but I don't because I don't like the way I sound.
You don't have the accent,
Right?
Right. That people understand. Like you can't. Like I can literally speak Igbo right now. If I'm speaking with an English, like an American accent, people not know what I'm saying because it's not really just the language. It's a language with the accent that makes the language. Like you can't speak the same way someone can speak English, but they're speaking with another accent that I won't understand the English they're speaking.
Right.
Even though technically they're speaking English, but the accent's like overshadowing. So I think that's my biggest thing is feeling comfortable speaking Igbo because I don't have that. I'm not comfortable with my Igbo accent. It's not necessarily because I don't feel like I know what to say, but it's because my accent. And I told my aunt that she, don't think about that. You still have to be speaking it. It doesn't matter. Just speak it. But it's not that easy, especially like when you're not speaking it frequently
and you feel like self-conscious. She's like, well, the people speaking that bad English, do they feel self-conscious? I'm like, that's a good point.
You'll be
1999. What's the next praise song? What's the next praise song? Jesus, you love me too much, too much, excess love.
Is a happy hour popping in Charlotte?
No, because happy hours here they're not allowed to do like drink specials, I guess. So happy hour is not a thing here. But I think they're getting into the whole brunch thing. Because I've been seeing a lot of things about brunches
Houston,
on the weekend. I'm not a big brunch
Everything
person.
in Houston's brunch or hookah.
Yeah, everything in Charlotte's hookah. Everything is hookah lounge.
Hookah.
Everything is hookah.
Brunch and section.
Okay, I like this, guys, and we should do that more. Yes.
Even we're gonna start not together, so we're gonna have to be doing individually, because we don't live together. So I'm trying to still recruit her. Her lease is ending in 2 months, but she's so adamant on staying in Charlotte. She's so adamant in staying in Charlotte. She doesn't like Houston. She doesn't see herself there. Charlotte is amazing, perfect, beautiful. Her sister has extra bedroom. She doesn't want to come and manage. It's just for a few months. I'm not saying come live with me permanently. I don't want to live with you either. But it's just you don't feel that pressure to just rush and go sign a lease once you move.
You live in the forest. You have to move from that forest. I don't want to live there. Get a 2-bedroom in a place that's not a forest.
Yeah. Just when you see the extra money, you'll be speaking differently.
Are you sure?
But
yeah. So I'm definitely gonna start doing some apartment videos. We're gonna put up a vlog end of this week or next week. I guess this is the video for this week. We're gonna put up a vlog for this weekend. We're about to do a lot of things. The weather's playing games. We're supposed to be heading to 1501 later. You know what I mean? That's one of the spots in Charlotte. You always shout out 1501. But it looks like it's going to be thunderstorming, so we can't be outside if it's going to be thunderstorming. So we got to find another night move. There's a few different moves we can make. Charlotte has some spots, I'm not going to lie, but it's just, you're not going to compare it to Houston. The population's not Houston. So Charlotte is like, I personally, I know people that do it. They'll remain nameless. I couldn't go out in Charlotte every weekend. It would get redundant. Like, I don't feel like there's enough places to go that you can really go. There's spots, but I feel like you're going to go to the same places. Exactly. Which might be everywhere, to be honest. And nothing's wrong with going to the same place. Like, I went to Crave twice last week. So, I mean, I guess if you find a spot you like, you go there. But, like, I guess when it comes like the club scene and stuff, like who wants to go to the same club every weekend? I think that's a bit weird, but I don't club. So I'm going to be biased. I don't club like that. But I definitely will go to the club.
Yeah, the biggest difference between Charlotte to me and Houston, one of the bigger differences is that Charlotte's not as, they're still developing their black scene. In Charlotte,
there's a black
African scene. Let me say more specifically African.
Yeah,
scene.
Say that.
Even like I went to church. Me and I went to church this morning. Went to the Winners, and I'm just like, wow, like the Winners that I go to in Houston, huge.
Yeah, the church,
massive,
churches here are small.
Packed. I was like, this
even
is
Jersey.
I never been to the Winners. I never went to. Oh, you talk about Redeem?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like. I was just like shocked because it's such a big church, and like like for it to be so small, it's the only one in Charlotte. Not there's multiple in Charlotte. That's the only one. So it's like, how is this the only one in Charlotte and it's this small?
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's like I understand like they're still up and coming. Like it's not, you can't compare it to the Atlantas and the Houstons, the Dallases. Like Charlotte's really, especially the African scene, is really up and coming. Like they're still really developing.
We have like we literally have like one. There's a new restaurant just opened up end of last year called Lags. And like that's really like the only really sit down proper Nigerian restaurant. Like there's other places, like there's Samoa, there is what's the other place on Independence. Like they have places, but they're not like, and you can sit down, but they're not proper class fancy restaurants. They're like places you kind of would just go and pick up food. Like there's Mama G's, Ghanaian place, nowhere to even sit. It's pick up only.
you know, but like literally this restaurant is like the only real sit down Nigerian restaurant in all of Charlotte. Like that's crazy.
I could name you like 5 off my head in Houston. What I even think.
So I think Charlotte's a good place to invest, to be honest, because it's like you're not gonna have a lot of competition.
Right.
You don't have too many people to like. There's a lot of and I can't say that people won't go. People want it. You know, people are looking for things to do. They're looking for places to go. It's just those spaces are not there. So I definitely feel like Charlotte's a good spot for investors.
In terms of people trying to like open up an African club.
Yeah, like open up some. I definitely feel like Charlotte's a good location because you don't have much competition. You just have to put it in a good location and don't focus only on your people. Try and make it that your location's appealing to other people. People could walk down the street and say, oh, let me try this Nigerian restaurant. So, you know, especially if you could put it like in a good area, which I know it's expensive, but if you could put it like in a prime area, I definitely think you would do well.
So do you see yourself in Charlotte long term?
What's long term?
Rest of the next 5 years, next 10 years?
Like maybe not 10 years.
Moving somewhere else. And if you were going to move somewhere else, where would it be? Because I ask myself that personally. I don't feel like I made that decision yet, but I honestly feel like if I was to leave Houston, I'll be going back to Jersey. Like I don't see myself going anywhere else. Like I haven't made that. I haven't been like I'm not. I
definitely think if I was to leave Charlotte, it would be like Dallas or Houston. I definitely feel it would be somewhere in Texas if I was to leave Charlotte.
You don't see yourself living in New Jersey again?
No, not never, but not in the next 5 years.
Okay.
You know, not while I'm a young person. Like, I feel like New Jersey's for families. Yeah, so
I'm missing Jersey, you know.
Definitely, I just don't want that cold.
Right, that's the number one reason why I ran away. I don't like cold weather at all.
That will help me out. I'll be in Charlotte to visit end of the month. Okay, what would help you out? I don't really remember what we were saying.
The videos coming up about the apartments.
Oh, okay.
Stuff. You don't pay attention, but yeah, y'all. Any questions? We have a few more minutes, maybe like 10 more minutes. We'll round it up soon, but we want you guys to ask all the burning questions because sometimes you can't keep up with the comments. You have to keep responding. You know, following up. So. Oh my God, info segment. I've been screaming this. They don't listen to me. I went to Dallas in April and May. And every time I go to Dallas, the vibe just lacks the culture in the inner city. I feel like Dallas, the culture, I feel like it's like an old white city. Like every time I go to Dallas, I'm like, it just the vibe. Like it doesn't have that, like when I'm comparing it to when I was moving to Houston, of course there were the naysayers. You should go to Dallas. It's classier. Houston is ghetto. Dallas is better. Da, 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 da. You should go to Dallas. I'm like, thank God I didn't go to Dallas. Like Dallas just seems so, first off, I didn't have anyone really there. It seems boring. Yeah. Like they don't have the development. We was out trying to Google club, this and that. We were finding like all these weird stuff. Like it just doesn't have that developed, like that nightlife, that social scene. Not even just nightlife, just regular stuff. Like they don't have. I feel like the black scene.
Yeah, that the black scene is not developed as Houston. I'm not gonna say it's not there. And I don't
think it's better than Charlotte though. I wonder.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Do you guys see yourself settling down in CLT in Houston? If my man is in CLT, I'm gonna settle down in CLT. Like definitely.
But so honestly, you wouldn't want us to raise our children in the same state. Like someone has to put their pride aside. That's what I'm saying. So someone has to put their pride aside. If I'm in Houston.
We have time for that. I don't have.
I think it just depends on.
I didn't get pregnant.
I think it depends on maybe who gets married first, right? So if someone like say Nnena wants to get married, then I maybe have to put my pride aside. Like, okay,
it doesn't even matter. It depends what your partner's also doing.
The job is more flexible.
If I'm marrying a guy who owns the biggest pizzeria in Charlotte, I don't expect him to leave Charlotte to go to Houston. He owns the biggest pizzeria in Charlotte. Like he's gonna want to stay here.
You may not have a man that's not necessarily doing that, but how about a man that won't leave? Where some men are very comfortable where they are. You know, they're not gonna just
social circle.
Up and leave. Yeah,
that's why you should have moved to Charlotte. I was already here. Justina's here. You could have moved here. You made it your personal choice. I know why you did it, and I get it. I respect it.
Why did I do it?
You know why you did it. I'm just not gonna put you on blast.
Oh my God.
So my thing is that like at this point, definitely, I feel like if we have kids, our kids need to be raised together. You know, so that's what I said. I can put my pride aside. I'm not.
So if I get married and have children in Houston, you're gonna move to Houston.
I can move to Houston, but for now, I'm not pressed to move to Houston to go to brunch, to go to boozy brunches and smoke. I don't smoke hookah. I don't do hookah. So right now, Houston is not moving me. It's not like, oh, I must go to Houston. Like I don't see anything crazy I'm gonna go do in Houston that I can't do in Charlotte. Yeah, old white city. Everything with culture and diversity is in West Dallas and outskirts. Nnena speaks against not dealing. Let's see this. Nnena speaks against not dealing with Nigerian men. Why? Which culture are you embedded and identified with? Nigerian or American culture? I'm definitely into Nigerian culture. I'm very Nigerian for someone born and raised in America.
So you're saying against dealing with Nigerian men? Why?
I'm not against it. I'm just saying that like that's all I've dated. So maybe I need to try something different. That's all I'm saying. But I love Nigerian men, obviously, because that's what I'm dealing with. I love being Nigerian. I have nothing against it.
But he's asking you. I think you're misreading.
Mhm.
Nnena speaks against not dealing with Nigerian, speaks against not dealing with Nigerian. Basically saying you deal with Nigerian men.
Mm-hmm.
Which culture are you better identified with Nigerian? Which one are you feeling you're more connected
Nigerian,
to?
definitely. Definitely.
Hello, ladies. I'm planning to move to Charlotte at the end of the year. Any tips or information know about as I'm doing research as well? We'll definitely watch our Charlotte playlist. We have so many videos, like so
And
many.
end of the year is a
videos.
good move during December. In November, you'll get better rates. Do not
January.
move now.
Yeah, now please wait it off to the summer. These rent prices are. Let's see where this bear market goes, and if we really enter a recession. Hopefully, we don't because it's gonna affect a lot of stuff. I just was reading something this week that interest rates are the highest they've been since 2009. Like it's crazy how everything was so low.
Yeah.
Mortgage interest rates now they're as high as they were in 2009. Like everything is changing so rapidly. So yeah.
Okay, I'm moving to there to see.
You need something, some Haitian, something different.
I've heard something about Haitian men. So I haven't heard that any better than Nigerian men. So you mean Igbo men like me don't stand a chance since Nigerian men is a no for you? No, I'm not saying Nigerian men are a no. I'm just talking. I'm not saying that.
She's saying based on experience because Nigerian men haven't been working.
Right.
She's thinking, should I be trying something different?
Right.
But listen, it's all cap. She's not going to try something different. So she's still looking for Nigerian men. Top pinnacle. So if you're serious, let's have a conversation on the side. But
again, if the spirit is leading you, top pinnacle. If the spirit is leading you, don't forget.
Igbo girls like.
Why is there that stereotype?
I don't know. Where are there any of these stereotypes?
I don't get it. But okay, if the spirit is leading anyone, we're about to, shut it down. Don't forget the super chat button. You can make your contribution, your donation, super sticker. We really appreciate it. It's not easy being a content creator. Like it really, really isn't. So many times we're almost about to give up. We're just like, we have to keep going. We have to keep going. We have to keep going. Like, especially when you're making content and you're not getting views. And then it's like you have jobs that pay you well. So sometimes it's just like, why am I even bothering? But that's why if you're gonna do something like YouTube, you have to really like it.
It's not for the money.
Like, look how we're talking. We like to talk.
It's not for the money.
You get what I'm saying?
Initially, you can't be starting a YouTube because you want to make money.
Because you're gonna go. There's a period of time. I don't even know. Even though we started monetizing a year ago, I can't even say.
We've been monetized exactly 1 year. That's crazy.
I don't even know if that 1 year we've made back all the money we've invested. When you really think about from equipment to certain, buying a laptop you wouldn't really need if it wasn't for uploading videos. I don't use a laptop like that anymore. I could use my work computer for stuff. You know what I mean? Like just little things that you've invested in. It's really a journey. And I just wish it's crazy. You started YouTube 5 years ago. We just didn't start the right way.
July makes 5. July 27th. This is when we opened the channel. We didn't put up a video until October of 2017. Then we were putting up videos every 3 months, random vlogs. So I can say when we really started getting serious about YouTube, maybe it was the end of 2019.
2020.
Into 2020, when we really started making real consistent, sensible.
So you're saying that other stuff was
sensible. We're just making rants. So, oh my god, yes, y'all really like to talk. Especially this one. This one will
because you don't think you know how to. You don't like to talk.
No. Come on, cousins. Anyone in this chat, let's say who talks.
Okay, what's the next song?
You're gonna start doing people praise for these super chats. Yeah.
What's my next song on my list?
All these songs.
Now you there rain, no. Now you there rain. Jehovah, now you there rain, no. Now you there from the east to the west.
Did you see how much it rain?
Now you there rain, no. Now you there rain, no.
Yes.
If y'all want to hear more of the singing, you got to do a donation. Trust me. Who's the other one? This was okay. What's the next song?
Only Mercy songs,
You're taking me higher. You want to go to you want to do Maverick City?
This song's a slow down.
Okay, I could do it all. You want Tasha Cobb?
Listen how big things are. Hey, your grace makes a difference. Just embarrass me, oh. I like it, oh. Yes, they need it right. I like the way they treat me, oh. Promotion everywhere. Plenty money everywhere. Cause you didn't need me every day. I say I like it, oh. Hey. you can't put too much out,
because people pay for stuff like this.
The album is coming soon.
Hey, I think next song, I kind of really want to go into this, like, go into some this is praise, some worship. Wait, what's the slow song? Like, what would you consider like what's the popular group, the church that go to Elevation? What are they like? Praise or worship? The slow one is which one? Worship, right? I think I'm about to transition some worship. So someone want to hear me do some worship?
Just one more.
One more. We can close it out with a worship song.
The
rich aunties have her. For real, these men will be saying, Nnena, I don't stand a chance. Ngozi, I don't stand a chance. Oh, my crush.
But where is the Igbo girls? What we like?
Where is the super sticker? Where is the? Please, I'm about to. Gyra.
We gotta get the super stuff. What's something we want to talk about? I know we didn't make an itinerary. It was about the moving, about Charlotte, Houston. What else? Something else.
People always love talking about dating. It's crazy.
Man. That's how to make the preface. Yeah, like I feel like even when people still comment on that video that I made over a year ago about best cities for single Black women, like there's no perfect place, to be honest. But I do think that just because I don't think the perfect place doesn't mean that I don't think places are better than
and let's
others.
really be real. If you really want to sit down and think about it, at least from my circle of friends, that people that I know, most girls that got married by like 30 met the guy in their early 20s, like in college or like professional school, and they were dating like for 5+ years.
A long-term dating.
Long-term. Most of the girls I know that got married under 30. The reality is that as you leave college, it's just harder
really
to.
The best place.
I don't know why people didn't drill it to us. I don't know why. Like,
people say that the women weren't looking for men, but I don't think that's true. I just feel like a lot of men in college are so young.
Look at how they're acting now at 30.
They're not looking for someone serious.
Right.
They're 21, 22, who's looking for a long-term partner in college as a man.
Right.
But I know so many I had so many friends at the time who were trying to get married even in college. Right. Were trying to lock down their boyfriends in college who were like ready to like at 21, 22, spend the rest of their life with their boyfriends. Mm-hmm. Like they were so into it, but the men were like, calm down.
You have to have that patience to be able to date him like for 6 years. Because you don't expect your college sweetheart to marry you at the end of college. This is not 1950 anymore.
We just started.
But back in the day, people did it.
I know.
They would graduate college and go get married.
Instead of women don't go to college looking for husbands, men don't either. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think men go to college just looking for women to spend the rest of their lives with. I just think that we have changed as a society.
So let's talk about tap in that super sticker. Yo, he challenging you. Right. So my thing is that, okay, we talked about that before we end. Let's just wrap it up. Is that like, I think, what would I say? Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. We didn't have, I didn't have a problem with most of what Kevin Samuels said. I definitely think his delivery could be off sometimes. I definitely didn't agree with 100% of what he said. But I think that one of the main issues with modern dating is that we all think we have too many options. And we all think something is better is out there. We all think that we can do better. And I think the reality is that you can always do better. Right now, the job you're at, you can get a better job. But are you willing to fill out 30 applications to get that?
Go to orientation again, do
right.
3 months training, can't take vacation.
Right. Like, I feel like in any aspect of life, you can always kind of do better. But when it comes to a relationship, for some reason, we're seeking perfection. And I say we. Listen how I included myself. We tend to want to look for perfection. I think the problem is that when people have too many choices, you almost have no choices.
It's too much. It's overwhelming. It
is literally overwhelming. I think the problem, especially from modern men, is that they have too many options. Especially Black men that know that they're reasonable. You have a reasonable salary. You look decent. You can dress. Hey, let me tell you 3 things if a man has, it's over. These are 3 things. Money, looks, and swag. If a man has one of those 3, he can get girls. He has 2 of those 3, he can get almost any girl he wants. He has 3 of those 3, he may never settle down. Period. Listen again, money, looks, and swag. Because these guys, I have male friends, I know guys that have, and I'm just looking at them like, you get girls like this? Imagine a guy that has all 3. All you have is money.
Because think about back in the day, like people weren't as connected, right? So people talk about like, let's say you met someone through your friend, a family member, church, somebody you went to high school. You don't have that many options. But I feel like now because the social media, everyone's so accessible. You have all these dating apps.
It's
like you could you feel like you could just access people so easily.
You not feel like you can't access people,
men
but it's
women.
Equality, right. And that's the point. Meaning, because you always keep talking about quality versus quantity. A lot of people, especially modern men, I'm just being real, are caught into quantity. They want to have 10 girls they're talking to. Of those 10 girls, not even one of them stimulates your mind.
You speak up for them. Let the men come and
Like,
say,
literally.
maybe they're stimulating.
Yeah,
them,
come
so they
in
keep
the
them.
comments. Let's keep this going. I can go 2 hours with this easily. So my thing is that like a lot of people are like, oh, Nnena, you're so beautiful. You should have men lined up, or you should be like for me. It's just like even some of my friends, oh, Nnena, you're being stuck up. You're being too picky. I'm not being picky. I know what I want. I don't need 5 men texting me good morning to know that I'm beautiful.
I know the morning is good.
I know the morning is great. It's not even good. I don't need 5 men texting me, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? I don't need that. Like, I'm not into quantity. I'm into quality. I'd rather have 1, maybe 2, decent guys that I actually really like than have my phone filled with 10 guys who literally, when they text me, I'm rolling my eyes.
Like, you're annoyed.
I'm irritated. Like, why is this guy messaging me? Why? And like people say, oh, you have to give people. You do not have to give everyone a chance. There's people you look at straight up, the spirit will tell you no. This person, it doesn't even matter what the reason is for. Maybe he's 5'5". No, he's 5'5". I do not want a man that's under 5'11". Why would I go start texting him every day? I need to give him a chance. No, do men do that with us? Do they want a girl with a good shape, thick, slim waist, cute face? Then if I come here and I'm not what they want, will they say, oh, let me take Nnena's number. I want to give her a chance. Like, no, like I feel like people, like you know, it comes to a point in life, you know what you want. And if you could immediately tell this person is not what you want, why waste your time? Like, why waste your time? It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, and I think that people need to stop getting triggered when people call them picky. Picky is not necessarily a bad thing. Issue with being picky is when you're picky and then you're complaining, oh, I can't find no one.
I'm single.
There's no man. Woe is me. This and that. Why can't I, like, if you know you're
even
picky,
it could be picky, not just with men, it could be a job search. I give you an example. Like when I had left my previous job, I was in like, it's crazy, that was a year ago, and I really did not, I was losing, I did not want to do it anymore. And I knew the type of job that I was looking for was going to take me a while to find it, because I didn't have necessarily the experience and I didn't have that much background. So I knew it wasn't something I was going to go and do an application in 1-2 weeks and get a job. You know what I mean? So it's like, it applies. It's not just with dating. Like if you know you're a little more selective, that I think that's a better word. A little more selective. You have to be willing to wait. You're going to be on waiting.
It's not even
like,
waiting.
I feel like it's going to take you a little longer.
I think not just waiting. I think the other issue is that some women know they're selective, but they're in the house on Netflix. They don't want to do online dating. They don't want to go nowhere. They don't want to be hooked up. It's like, if you already know you're more selective, you kind of have to put in more work.
You have to be more out there.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of have to put in more work, because you know that the average guy that comes around, you don't have interest in them. You can't just sit around necessarily waiting. Like, I mean, I'm not saying be thirsty.
But what's putting in more work look like to you?
I feel like putting yourself out there.
I'm saying when people say putting yourself out there, give me an example. What's putting yourself out there?
Maybe joining a dating app. That's putting yourself out there. Maybe you don't like to go out, but you force yourself to go to one social event once a week. Maybe it's joining that local gym. Maybe it's finding a church where a lot of young adults are starting to go to it. And all these things you could do it and maybe not meet anyone. But at least you're trying. But I feel like to sit at home and watch Netflix and then to say there's no one out there and you're selective, I feel like you sound delusional. Like, it's like you have to also make an effort.
That's what I said.
If people don't see you, you don't exist.
Right. She's still in my quote, because I told her, I said that last week. If they don't see you, you don't exist, because you're just not an option, But I think we're talking about that.
$20 super sticker. Welcome back to the next song.
No, that's too slow. For $20, it's too slow.
So a great song?
I'm saying all these songs like coming into my head. Like, it's like I know all these songs, listen to them every day, but like they're not coming to my head.
That's how I be singing with Mercy Cho, because I know all her songs.
Yeah, I know the songs like that.
I'm gonna open doors. Hey, I was gonna open doors. I don't know the lyrics, so sing my song today. I was gonna open doors. I don't know, like, what songs do we really sing? All these Igbo songs.
Yeah, I don't want to get too tribal here.
You don't want to get too tribal. Thank you, Lionel. Okay, so it says, Charlotte question: have you seen snakes, bears, and wildlife? No, I have not. You should hang on a little bit more. Let's make some more money here. Okay. Auntie Marissa Amara, please tap in on that super sticker. Thank you. Okay. Astro Sport, I see $4.99. I see another $4.99. Okay, so that equals $9.98. Okay, what's the next song? We're about to start repeating songs if you don't know any songs to sing. You're always talking about, the thing about a lot of these gospel songs,
they're so slow.
Yeah,
I'll never be more loved than I am right now. That's slow.
Yeah, that's why I don't really like worship. Follow me on Instagram. I'll follow you if you go into Super Chat.
So look, she said about the snakes. I want to see. Oh, there's no. I have that fear too. Like she said, I live in the forest, so I get
I'm
so
not moving to
scared
that
about
forest.
seeing like
If she doesn't want me to come to Charlotte,
wildlife.
tell her to move her apartment.
Like when I go back,
I mean,
to
Houston.
when I go back to my apartment, I have to open all the doors and go through all the closets. Like,
Really,
oh,
you
God.
do that?
Yes. Whenever I leave my apartment, like I travel,
too
when I come back,
much.
I look through everything.
That's when you need to be an apartment, like an apartment in a real building.
Mhm.
That's a disadvantage. Like, I kind of like apartments where you can just walk to your door, but I kind of don't like it because I feel like it's not secure enough. Like I don't want somebody to just knock on my door.
For anyone looking for apartments, let me give you guys. I was in a fake rush, and I didn't honestly didn't want to fly to Houston. I just came back from Nigeria, and like I was tired. But really visit before you move.
But I didn't visit when I moved. I love my apartment.
Yeah, but I'm just period. If you can,
or do a virtual tour. At least.
Did you
do a virtual tour?
Yeah, of course I did a virtual tour. But I'm saying visit before you move, if you can. Even if you just schedule one weekend and go to like 10 places. Mm-hmm. Even if it's for a night, you come up and you leave. It's a difference. Mm-hmm. Like if I would have seen my apartment, I wouldn't have picked it.
You think so?
Because
but you got a virtual tour. You didn't see the outside.
I didn't see the outside. I didn't see that I was in the forest. Yeah, I didn't see that it was like it was so many trees and greenery.
But on the other hand, I didn't see mine either, and I like it. So it just depends.
Yeah, but it's.
I feel like I personally feel like if you're not willing to come and visit, then you should stick to areas that you just know are nice.
But it's not about just knowing it's nice. I'm saying it's about the setup of an apartment is important too. The apartment could be even nice, but you don't like the setup. You don't like the way it just look. Like, even like the other one is close to. I don't like that apartment. Like I would have stitched right off the main road.
Which one?
The one that's off that main road, that's the same company. Like when you walk down the street down.
Oh, you don't like it?
No, like I wouldn't want to live in an apartment building right off like a main road, and then like the way it's set up. Yeah, like I would. That's what I'm saying. Stuff like that. You're not gonna know that. How you would
like know. I didn't know I was facing the main road either because
that's like a major road. Yeah, like all the cars, like all those things around it. Yeah, so I'm just saying like. There's certain things like people say research. Yeah, research is good, but like it's nothing like you going and seeing something. It makes a huge difference. So if you really can, people moving and everything, I would really just try your hardest to just visit somewhere before you move in, if you can. I know you can't always.
What's your favorite Nigerian dish? You like jollof rice? Jollof rice is okay. My favorite Nigerian dish, I think it's maybe things I don't eat off. I like efo riro, and I like pepper soup. I don't eat it that often. Yeah,
no, pepper soup is definitely my favorite Nigerian food. Would probably be soups, maybe a bono soup, and then like local food like isiewu, nkwobi, like stuff like that. Because you say I don't eat that all the time, and I stop. I don't eat that stuff all the time. I don't cook it. So like I feel like those are stuff that are really like delicacy. Pepper soup is a water.
It's a delicacy.
It's water.
Yeah, but it's spicy. It hits everything.
I only eat it when I'm sick. I eat it now, to open my sinuses. But like, it's definitely not my top Nigerian food for sure. I could live without it. Yeah, it would definitely be swallows. Yeah. Anything else?
So guys, this was really fun. We really need to do this more often.
We haven't done live since our birthday in November. Right. We just, me, it's always me that make, now Nnena needs to be pushed. If you don't push her, she'll sit there.
I get discouraged.
Always has the stories.
I get discouraged.
Yeah, so like just not every time video. And I feel like because I was coming, it's a last minute trip. Let's just we're together. Let's just go live. It's not every time sit down.
I think we're gonna go. Someone's gonna go live again on Saturday because this trial is 7 days. So it looks like Saturday.
We need to invite people because with this option you can invite people.
Oh really? Our next live we should invite. Oh my goodness, you could really invite people.
Let's try it. If one person wants to come in before we leave,
and we'll see their face,
like we'll hear them,
and we'll have like an actual topic our next live. And that's like all we're talking about, like dating in 2022, and that's the topic. Like no one could come here talking about Charlotte or Houston. Like they'll literally just be dating.
Let us know if you can click that link. If it lets you click it to join audio, like join to like call in. If that lets you. This is our first time using StreamYard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before we used Ecamm Live.
Oh, yeah, it was Ecamm Live.
So this is the first time. I know StreamYard's popular.
Yeah, I think we need to go live again on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you to it.
I said we. It could be you.
Yeah,
it could be me.
It's gonna be you.
It's gonna be me. Really? I feel like it's like nerve-wracking going live by myself. Like I feel like if you're not here, is it gonna be the same?
Girl.
But you can call in and we could do it together, right?
I don't know if we can show. Let's see. How do you show? Crop layout, invited guests. Okay, this when you invited guests. You can have two. Okay, this is just if the guest calls. I mean, yeah, you can invite me to it.
What's a good time, you guys, to do lives on the weekend? Like, is this a good time?
I don't think
3?
Saturday's a good day.
You don't think so, right?
Because people are out, people are at like turning up, people are at events.
But that's all weekend. If you really think
No,
about it, some
Sunday's
could even
more-
argue the weekdays better because most people are home. But I feel like weekend, Saturday and Sunday is summertime. We outside. Like people are outside. Like maybe this time is good because Sunday is like people like maybe are resting and then they would go out later.
Oh, I just clicked it. Yeah, this is how you enter it with that link. So let's say I wanted to call in. Let me see.
I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys think weekends or weekdays are better for lives? You could put it in the chat. I personally feel like weekdays might be better. Or Sunday. I think Sunday is a good day.
If it's weekday, probably
Monday night, right? Everyone's bored.
But not when you start getting.
In Charlotte, Monday's good because everything's closed in Charlotte, so everyone's home and bored. Because like everything for some reason in Charlotte is closed on Mondays. Enter studio.
Okay, so that's you. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Okay,
yeah, you can do it. Yeah, it's once I mean,
She said Sunday is perfect. Stanley said Sunday. Really?
I think Sunday's
but
better.
Time is this time good? 3 p.m. Eastern time. What was the Houston time? 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Well, technically it's like 4 p.m. because we started late. Or should we do it like night, like 8 p.m.? No, because I feel like Sundays in Charlotte, people be outside. Like
you be outside or people be outside?
People be outside. I'm telling you, Charlotte's a weird city, y'all. Thursdays and Sundays are like some of the most lit days. Thursdays and Sundays.
Reserve my comment.
Reserve your comment. Reserve it. Thursdays and Sundays, for some reason, people start their weekend here on Thursday. Sunday is good.
I'm telling you, Sunday, besides church, I feel like people don't really be sitting here packing or brunch, and that stuff is in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
People don't sit there packing their Sunday, but they pack Saturdays. Like
right.
Saturdays, like people go to the grocery store, people are going to the gym. Even the gym, I went to the gym after 12 on Saturday. It was empty.
Because everyone
people go early. If
right.
We're going to the gym, it's like 7, 8, 9. By 12 o'clock,
people
the gym,
outside.
No one was good. No one was there. I was like, wow, they
Mm-hmm.
enjoying it. They're out there brunching hookah. So
this hookah thing is getting crazy. It's like I don't smoke hookah, but it's like I smoke hookah because everywhere I go, hookah's blowing in my nostrils. It's like everything. It's like if you guys don't have hookah, will you die? Like literally, it's like in one area, if there's no hookah, it's literally.
Yep. After church, Astro Sport. After church, you stay home, you chill. That's after.
And then if you go out, you'll be going out in the evening.
Right. If you go out, but you're just gonna be in the house chilling. Yeah, this hookah thing's getting out of control.
Out of control, literally.
And they say hookah is worse than cigarettes.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are stopping hookah, and I'm just thinking like, am I still being affected by this? Because even though I'm not doing it directly, this is secondhand smoke. If everywhere I go, people are smoking hookah, and literally, I'm smelling the strawberry flavor. I'm smoking the strawberry. Like literally, it's like I'm smoking it.
Yeah, so
the girl's like, yeah, this hookah good. I'm like, yeah, it's good. I can smell it. Yeah, the flavor tastes good. I'm like, yeah, I taste it. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy. People try to rationalize like same way they do with like marijuana that it's better than drinking because drinking has those negative effects. Like you drink it and you feel nasty, then you throw people throwing up.
But the difference between
you feel slop, you feel like you're drunk, you're woozy. Versus when you do like the smoking, it's like it's just it doesn't really have that same overall effect. So I feel like that's why people are more into the whole smoking, hookah, like weed and stuff like that versus drinking. They try and make this better in a sense, but I don't know.
Better. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, I don't smoke and that's good. We're about to log off. Still not too late if the spirit is leading you for the super sticker. Where's these days? What's the other one? We used to have pride. There's no pride. Pride is. I threw pride away. When I realized I had too much pride, I said, Nnena, where's all this pride gotten you? People that have more money than you are on live asking for more money. Pride is gone in every area of my life.
Lil MS, top pinnacle.
Yeah, we're still waiting for you, top pinnacle.
It's not too late.
Like I
Astro Sport even.
He did.
Oh, Astro Sport did. Yeah, thank you.
I'm done with pride in 2022. I'm leaving the pride in relationships and friendships and everything because pride gets you almost nowhere. It really does.
That just if you can, whenever like same way people have this idea like with tipping and stuff, like I guess it's just supporting people when you can, if you want to. Of course, it's not by force because I get annoyed when people make like tipping is like a mandatory thing because you choose. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into a tipping thing, but like everything's getting so expensive. We understand.
And then you guys want to increase your prices, but still expect tip. Like your tip,
they're giving less food. They're giving less food
for more money
and increasing the price, and think that people are noticing it. But if Gregory Adolphus, are you guys Nigerian? Yes, our parents are Nigerian. Have you found? Yes, we're Nigerian. Yeah.
Yes, I stop with that. My parents are
Show
Nigerian.
me because okay, this is why I say that, right? Because I feel like when people ask if you're Nigerian, I don't know if they ask if I was born in Nigeria or my
Right.
family. That's the point. I've argued with someone very recently about this. Is that when people ask if you're Nigerian, it's like, are they asking were you born in Nigeria? Because there's a difference. You know what I mean? Being like, were you raised there at all, or like, are you Nigerian based on like, your
Nigerians
parents?
say you're not real Nigerian.
Thank you.
You're American.
I tell you, when
you're
I went to
American.
college,
This one is American.
when I went to college, people be like, "Oh, you're not Nigerian. You know, you're American. You weren't born there. You didn't go to school there." So yeah, we are Nigerian. Have you found the door Nigeria? But yeah, business. The first time I saw prostitutes in America was on this business street. I it was right after I dropped off the airport. I went to buy furniture that March.
How do you know the prostitutes?
How do I not know? Like bikini, like underwear, like a little bra just standing on the corner.
I was like,
I was in shock. Like, what? This happens in like Houston different. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that they don't exist in New Jersey. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I never seen it.
Yeah, because you're not in those areas.
Right, a girl just standing on the corner dressed like that. I was like, wow. People are like, yeah, they be on business. So yeah, business definitely is little. Like, they got all the like little restaurants, stores in that area. A lot of churches in that area. Yeah. Are you guys have been to La Belle Hélène restaurant? I pass by all the time and I take my walks to Uptown. I haven't been there yet. It's pretty popular. I'll check it out soon. African American. Ha ha ha. They trying to be funny. I'm Nigerian American. People ask me where you are. I'm Nigerian American. Apparently, I have an accent. People always ask me where I'm from. Let me know if y'all think I have an accent. I'm saying people get offended with you adding the American part.
But I am American. I was born and raised in America.
Thank you. I don't have the same experience as someone who was born and raised in Nigeria.
Right.
It's different. It's not like they take it like you try to brag like I'm American. No, it's not about that.
I'm the best of both worlds.
Because when people when you say Nigerian American, it describes your experience because you have an experience of that Nigerian heritage background, but you were raised in America. So it's like it's both. You know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't like if you come into like America to go to school here at 20 something, it's different. You didn't go to high school here. You don't understand the school system. Like it's another like we understand going to school and having like like to have money for like the book club. We don't understand the cultural nuances that we understand because we schooled here from birth. So I feel like that is when I say Nigerian American, it's not to be braggadocious, like to be like, oh, I'm American.
But how is that braggadocious?
I mean, people look like you be saying you're Nigerian. Like how you American? Mind you, you're born here, right? Like
mind you, people just get blue passport, get citizenship to be saying I'm American,
right? Like so, it's saying that you're both because to say you're American would not be your full experience, but to say Nigerian would not be your full experience.
Yes,
because it's both. Niggas, I love your American hair. Shut up.
Same here. Nigerian dad, American mom, born and raised in Texas. People tell me I have an accent.
Yeah, because especially when the Southern, when you have the Southern accent mixed, it's cute hearing like the Southern accent mixed with like the Nigerian accent because it sounds very different. Out of curiosity, what makes and keeps you two sisters happy? Smile if I may ask you, please.
Money.
Not money.
Super chat.
Who you said super chat? Honestly, keep smiling. I think honestly, life is hard. People go through stuff, but what I really, I don't want to sound too preachy, but what I really learned is really, when you really trust God, like I mean, like not about like you go to church speaking in tongues. It's like it's deeper than that. When you really have a trust and understanding of who God is and what He can do for you, if you just trust in Him, I feel like life becomes a lot easier. Because you know what to say, not leaning on your own understanding. I feel sometimes when you're living life, you're trying to just do everything on your own. It becomes too stressful.
Like you have to surrender,
right? You say you can't be like life is not. I don't think it's designed to be as difficult as we make it. I feel it's because we try and do things that we shouldn't really be doing, or we try and
force things.
Right? Like when you really just sit back and let Him, take control. I think that's where you really get your true happiness from. Okay, where you really get your true happiness.
Yeah, we need Stanley in every.
And honestly, we're like, I think also to not taking life too serious. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be in the comments. I'm like, yo, people are too serious.
Right. I even think I could be a serious person.
I'm very good. Like, yeah, I'm not saying I don't take life too seriously. You be certain things.
Try to be funny.
Life is
have
too
sense
short.
of humor.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, just take life a day at a time and just have fun, laugh. Like, it's not that serious. Like, doesn't mean you have to go around cheesing everyone because I don't like people like, why you smiling? Like, I don't like when it's annoying when men tell women they should be smiling. I think it's very annoying because it's like, period. Like, people have their reasons why they're not
frowning. Stop
we're
frowning.
But if people have their reasons why they're not in the best mood, like, so I don't necessarily believe you have to go around cheesing everywhere. Like, people have bad days, but it's like, just don't take life too seriously, to be honest. But
On
like
that notes,
yeah, we're gonna close it out because
we gotta go start vlogging. We're about to make some reels. It's been an
it's an
hour
hour
and
and a
34
half.
minutes. You know, we can go for 5 hours if we really had to.
If I can have said anybody, thank you so much for that. Thank you, Noro. I hope you're subscribed, Noro Dahoro. Hope you're subscribed to our channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in with us for this hour plus live. We're gonna have this as a replay. So if you caught in later or you're trying to skip around, you don't have to. You can just watch the whole thing while you're cooking, cleaning, working out.
Watch the whole thing.
Watch
Skip
the
the
beginning to the
ads.
end. Watch the ad.
One more super sticker. Okay, we waiting around for the one. Y'all want to do some Afro beats? Zumba.
It's not good day. We're super chat. I'm from Kaduna State. Oh, Missouri. So funny, Rich, Missouri. I watched my one YouTuber. She's in St. Louis. Maya Galore. I really like her. And then the nail tech that I was doing my nails at this black-owned salon I was previously going to, he had just moved a couple years ago from Missouri. He was Asian, and he was talking about how they don't really have a lot of Africans there. So I'm curious, is there a big African scene in Missouri, St. Louis? Because they were talking about how like they legit like it's like very like just American. Like they have special foods they eat. I think there's like this fried what's this food they kept talking about, because his homegirl had came in for her to do his nails. She was visiting Houston for Memorial Day weekend, so talk about like their like popular foods in Missouri, and talk about legit like culture. There's a lot of culture and how legit like they be breaking into stuff like cars and like shops there. Like there's a lot of crime. So I don't know from your experience, Noro, being in St. Louis, how is it there? Is there like a diversity or not? Because it says basically it's not like he's Asian. He said it's not diverse. Like he was like the only Asian growing up. Like there's not a lot of Asians. There's not a lot of anyone but like just Americans, white or black. Like it's a really like so not American, a lot of immigrants. Not a lot of immigrants. It's not diverse at all. So I'm just curious to see your response if you have time about your experience living in Missouri, because I just never really Missouri is not something I'll be honest, I would even think about to visit. Like it's just, to me, it's just,
where is it? Like next to what state?
At Noro, where is Missouri? I don't know. Let me pull up the map. Honestly, I would think it's the South.
Maybe I know it's the South, but I'm saying like where is it? Next to Texas? I'm not really that good at geography. Geography has never really been my thing.
Missouri on the map. It's by Kansas. Kentucky, it's not really South, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like the South.
It's by Oklahoma, Kansas, Indiana.
Oklahoma.
Is it Midwest?
He said yes. He said yes, ma'am. You're very correct. It's not diverse at all. Midwest. Okay, he said Midwest. So it's not the South. Okay. Yeah. You learn something new every day. Okay, on that note, looks like we're done. We did a good job today. Maybe we'll be back next Sunday. It'll be one or the other because we won't be together. But, this was fun. I really had a lot of fun. And I'm so grateful that you all took time out of your peaceful Sunday to tune in. And thank you for everyone who sent us some.
Anyone who donated, anyone who kept the chat popping.
The chat was popping from the start.
Right. So, I know, right?
Stanley's a troublemaker.
Oh my gosh. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you haven't already, not just to watch live, make sure to subscribe. You get our notification. We put up new videos. We try to put up a video every week, once a week. We want to be consistent, but we don't try and do too much. Once a week, all right. We're trying to really amp it up this summer. Thank you guys so much for supporting us, and we'll see you in our next video or our next live. Bye.